It's a mess. Asterisk, and she's not wrong. What follows is a tangle of DUIs, prescription drugs, and repeated probation violations. But what happens when the system runs out of patience? Let's find out.
It's a mess.
It was.
I tried.
It was pretty convoluted.
All right, you're Carly Davis and Carly Hoosier, and this is 24 DCCR 1385 and 25 DCCR 1237. And so their state has, we were going to be here on reviewing bond conditions, correct? And then the state has filed a motion to increase the bond.
Yes, Judge.
And is that in both of the cases or just that one?
In both cases, Judge.
Let me pull this up. I know I took a look at it last week, but
This one's charged.
and so we've got both of these cases are driving while intoxicated, third or more. The first offense date is from May 6th of 2023. The second from February 10th of 2025. Give me just a second here. Well, it's working. It's just working slow. So I've got some history with regard to prescriptions. Some of it's obviously very hard to read, but it looks like prescriptions for alprazolam and something called D-amphetamine. Okay. Can't tell the date. One of them specifically says no refills. I can't read the dates on this.
We can get better photos, Judge. She had had that prescription for.
All right, it shows it expires October of this October 31st for the.
Notice how the judge zeroes in on the doctor's legitimacy. In Texas, telemedicine prescriptions for controlled substances can raise serious red flags, especially if tied to multiple DUI arrests. This isn't just about medication, it's about whether the defendant was gaming the system.
I had a number of questions about those photos myself. I mean, I'm not necessarily, well, I guess I am questioning the validity. This doctor that allegedly prescribed it, this Rajan Desai, there's either an Austin address or a Millburn, Texas address for this doctor. When I looked him up through the Texas Medical Board, and I'm just a little curious about.
So where do you go to the doctor? Where's this doctor from?
From Beaumont, and I do a telemed every month except every 3 months. I go to his office now. I don't know what you're doing today now.
Today?
Yes, ma'am.
Where specifically?
Telemed today.
Oh.
Yes,
Well, here's what I think I'm going to do based on the nature of what these medications are and the
4 DWIs, and she's still out on bond. You can almost feel the prosecutor's frustration here. What do you think? Should repeat DUI offenders ever get another bond, or does public safety outweigh second chances? Drop your thoughts below.
history. Well, are you driving? Okay, I don't know if I already did, but a condition of your bond is going to be, as of today, that you are not allowed to drive any vehicle ever, period. Okay, so if you're caught driving, obviously you'll be right back in jail without, probably without a bond. Mr. Coleman, other than a no driving, is there any other
No, Judge, I just would like to reiterate, and we put it in our motion, and it sounds like the court's read the motion, but, you know, she's got 4 previous DWIs, Judge, and in addition, she picked up this latest DWI while out on bond for a DWI,
Right.
Judge. And that, along with the positive drug test, I think the public safety, the community safety demands some additional assurances.
And Judge, our argument would be that the DWI itself is for the medications. She's been on these medications for,
Well, it doesn't matter if you're on medication and you're
Right.
taking too much medication, then that's a problem.
sure.
So you can be on these medications and not be.
Also, the failure of the drug test was for these medications.
Right, I understand that. My biggest concern is the fact that if the medications are not being taken properly or too much of the medications, then that's a larger concern with the safety, and I completely understand and agree with Mr. Coleman on that. How'd you get here today?
This is the turning point. The judge isn't revoking bond asterisk yet asterisk, but she's setting up a final test: comply today or go to jail tomorrow. It's a classic last chance clause, and you can hear the pressure in every word.
Here's what I want you to do, what I'm going to order you to do. I'm going to order that at your appointment, I'm requiring you to find out and with your doctor, get a prescription for something that is non-narcotic. So something that is not going to cause these issues if in fact our concern is that you are misusing or overusing these medications, then there's other medications that you can take. You need to talk to him today. I want you on your way to be off of both of these medications and on something that would not lead to the issues that you're having. Does that make sense? You need to get that information from him, find out what he can prescribe. I want those to Ms. DeLage, and I want her to get those to me. That is a condition of your bond at this point. If you don't do that today at that appointment and get that information to her, then I'm going to, what I'll do today is not rule on Mr. Coleman's motion, so that motion to raise your bond is still out there. And if you don't get this information and you don't get this done today, then your bond will likely be raised and you'll be in jail. Do you understand? All right.
My only question is, the medication to get off of it abruptly can cause.
I understand that. I'm not saying you have to get off of it abruptly. I'm saying I want the plan and how you're going to do it, what it's going to be reduced to, what it's going to take its place, whatever it is. I want that. You need to tell him that you have been ordered to get off the medications, but obviously that needs to be done in a medical way, but I want whatever that plan is and how you're going to do that, and I want that to Ms. DeLay so she can get it to me tomorrow. Okay? All right, y'all are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. See,
Diamond Jane.
Mr. Floyd? Is Mr. Floyd here? Mr. Choate, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Choate. This is Richard Afong Wade, 23-41318. Mr. Hoffpower, good morning. Good morning. You're Richard Afong Wade? And Mr. Afong Wade's case is set for trial to begin with jury selection next Monday. Again, what is everyone's announcement?
Unfortunately, we had to file a motion for continuance. Mr. Floyd had to have a partial knee replacement last Wednesday. He's under doctor's orders not to sit or stand for long periods of time. And so we had to file a motion to this. So I guess our announcement is not ready, Judge.
I got the message, Judge. I don't have an issue. I mean, I can't. Got a medical condition.
Sure.
So
Is there a timeline on that?
So in the next, I think he's got to follow up in 3 weeks, and then they'll reassess what he's allowed to do, right? Because like right now he's still like at home.
Sure.
So,
Okay, so I'm going to reset.
And just when you think the docket couldn't get heavier, here comes a case involving intoxication, manslaughter and a child passenger. This isn't just another bond hearing. This is a family tragedy wrapped inside a felony charge.
The case to the next trial docket to give them plenty of time. Obviously, you guys know this was going to be the number one. Probably it's really going to be up there next time. So as far as age goes, I'm going to set it, and if I need to protect everybody, I can do protection orders from our other courts if you need that as well, because it'll be time to get it way past time next time.
yes, Judge.
Tell him I hope he gets better, and we'll see y'all the next trial docket.
Thank you, Judge.
You're free to go.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Franklin, you've got Ray No,
Yes, Your
2
Honor.
cases. Morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. You're Ray No.
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number 25 DCCR 0386 and 0387, Mr. No is charged with intoxication, manslaughter, and the other driving while intoxicated with a child under 15. And what is the announcement?
We are ready to proceed to trial by jury, Your Honor.
Okay, have y'all done a rejection? So what I'll hold it while y'all do. On the tablet, there's a plea bargain rejection. If y'all will get that signed with whatever has been offered that you're rejecting, and then I'll go over consequences, options, all of that, and then we'll get it on the trial docket.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay.
Get that filed.
Yes, sir, thank you. I'll hold it while y'all get that taken care of. Is Dontrell Scott here? Mr. Scott, Mr. Johnson called earlier. He is not going to be able to be here. He's ill. I'm going to reset your case. You're free to go. Just stay in touch with Mr. Johnson in his office, and they'll let you know when you need to be back. Thank you, sir. Mr. Kelly?
Yes.
You've got Adam Moe.
He's present. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. You're Adam Moe? Okay, so we're here because Mr. Moe is on probation
Yes.
for I did a different type thing where Mr. Moe went and did some time on some of his cases
That's correct.
in prison, got out and is now on probation. Apparently, there are some potential issues with regard to where he's living that weren't issues with parole, but are issues with probation. Is that correct?
It sounds like they may be issues with probation.
Okay.
That's kind of why our original emergency motion had a strange title, because we didn't know what else to call this.
Sure.
Other than in an effort to make sure that he is doing everything correctly. I think our mission on that was, let's get in front of the court and make sure this is being done correctly.
So what's the issue, potentially?
Adam's parents, Jody and Chris Moe, who the court may remember, and they're present again today, while Adam was incarcerated, went to a number of links with the folks from parole to make sure that any home that Adam was going to live in upon his release and beginning the out of prison portion of probation and parole, because he's on parole too.
Correct.
That their home where he was going to live was in compliance.
Right. Parole's approved it.
Parole has approved it.
So where are we?
If the court doesn't mind, I'd rather not say the address.
No, I don't need that. I just need to know what the issue is with
The
probation.
issue is we are at 574 feet from a church that has a playground attached to it. And I don't want to speak for probation at all, but condition, I think it's 33. It isn't vague, but it's neither inclusive nor exhaustive. So I don't know exactly what the conversation was that probation had with Adam the day that he reported immediately upon his release from prison a couple weeks ago. And I don't believe that the conversation was, hey, you can't live there. It was, this is kind of an issue. So our position is a lot of effort was made.
So what's the issue?
Excuse me. So his condition number 33 says that he's not to be within 1,000 feet of places where children commonly gather.
Right.
So it's not limited to that list. And so I believe it's the 574 feet from the church with the playground attached is the issue.
Okay. I'm looking at the order now. Mr. Hoffpower, any strong feelings one way or the other?
Judge, we'll leave it to discretion of the court. I understand what probation is worried about.
Sure.
Set them up to fail. I do understand that's unique with parole and probation, two different entities, but
Well, and the
I don't want him
offenses
violated.
were possession of child pornography.
correct.
There weren't any allegations of
There were 10,
assaults or anything like
Correct.
that? Okay.
just 10 charges of possession. And 5, we put 5, got penitentiary and 5 with probation.
Right. Is there a GPS at this point?
No,
He hasn't had his initial, actually, Ms. Simon is tomorrow. He just did intake and correct me if I'm
Sure.
wrong. He just did-
No, and I appreciate being proactive, and that is good. We don't want to be in here the first month because there's a violation, which technically that would be a violation. There's no doubt that it's not vague. That would for sure be a
No,
violation.
in my reading too on the geography of this thing, Judge, is that if Adam were to make, I'm going to call it a left turn if I've got the map correct in my head, if he were even to turn incorrectly down the main street.
The judge crafts a asterisk custom probation exception asterisk, 574 feet from a church playground instead of the usual 1,000. It's rare to see this kind of flexibility, but it shows how the justice system sometimes balances technical violations against real-world logistics.
This house is, that would be a parole violation. So our position is that parole's assessment here, and I know the numbers are what they are, but that it covers both issues. So it's not like there's some kind of leeway to go even closer to that facility. He isn't going that way. He cannot, or he's in violation of what's been set up for him.
Judge, Ms. Roach says if he lived there when he sentenced him, he's grandfathered.
He's not, though. They specifically moved to
Okay,
thank you, though.
yes,
Miss Roach is watching to make sure, because if you were living somewhere already, there's kind of a grandfathered in, but they specifically moved to try to make it better. And
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Well, here's what I'll do. I will allow a modification of number 33. But I want it to somehow, some type of addendum or attachment that's very specific, because this isn't going to be a exception for all, only for this specific. So I will need probably the address of that church so that in the orders it says that you can be within 574 feet of that specific place. 33 stays the same for everywhere else. So it can be 33 can read like it does, and then you can add with the exception of that one place. Also, at least for, I would say, 6 months or so, or depending on how probation feels once he gets going, and if he's following all the rules and treatment and things like that with the LSOTP and all of that stuff, then I want a GPS monitoring device on at least for a minimum of 6 months to make sure that the rules are being followed, that he's going the right way, and there's not any issues. And that way, once we're all more comfortable with how things are going now that he's out of prison, then I'm okay with getting rid of that once you're okay with that, if he's following through with treatment and everything like that. Make sense? Okay?
Just one question. I think there's not a school
It's not the school issue, it's just the church.
The church. Yeah, the church with the, so I want that, that's the only exception, and the exception is the 570.